Namaste. Welcome my sweet friends to Yoga Bliss with Shelly. Today's practice is going to be a practice for holiday calm. The holiday season is amongst us and there can be a lot of nerves and a lot of things. So join me together in this practice where we can find some motion in our body and find strength and ease in some moments where we can just let ourselves be here. So grab yourself a prop if you need. I always like pillows or blankets to help with the support of your joints, and unroll the mat, unpeel the edges, and together let us do this. Welcome back my friends. Join me in a crisscross applesauce. So this is an opportunity. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you can use that and give yourself a little bit of that pelvic tilt. And just try to move the meaty part of the booty away, and you can do ankle to ankle. If you can rock out a lotus, go for that. And joining me with just a sigh that you have arrived, you're here. So from the center, we're going to find a little length in the spine, and we're going to ground our hands, palms down on the knees. If you would like here, you could take a mudra. The Guyana mudra is nice, super easy. Point your finger to thumb, and then the rest of the fingers can splay wide open, or they can kind of more clasp together. Just tune into what feels best for you. So from the center, we're going to inhale, taking circular motions, and exhale. And just tune in to that core and hips. You can also do a nice exhale through a melted jaw. So we're going to activate some heat within that center as we rock back and forth, and just allowing yourself just to show up here however you are, and just noticing how is it feeling in those hips. Maybe your range of motion is feeling very vast, or maybe it's feeling a little bit more together. So just notice, and just giving yourself a moment. Enjoy our Christmas puppy, even though he's not really a puppy anymore, is joining us as we move fluidly. And maybe you want to make your circles a little bit wider, really feeling that in the body as you arch forward and open in the back body when you swing back around. Let's going around 5 more times in this direction. Just tuning in to what's going on. Moving quickly, 2 more. Awesome work. Meeting me back at center and finding that neutral spine, which is just up and down, and then going in the opposite direction, right? Sometimes our mind tricks us like, which way is the opposite? So just going the opposite direction. And again, tuning into how is it feeling. Inhale, exhale, finding that motion, moving that body. Joy wants to fetch like usual. And if you can, testing that center of gravity, closing those eyes for a moment. And just tuning in. With this holiday season amongst us, there can be many overwhelming things with the world and everything. So allowing us to find our own inner calm, because we can't find our peace and our calm outside of us. It starts within here, and it starts on this mat. And for me, it's how I show up on my mat can help me transmute, and how I show up off of my mat. Awesome work, my friends. And from the center, neutralizing and coming with arms, palms, kind of like those spirit fingers, thumbs up, high 5 thumbs, swinging those arms up like a beautiful, this is called the eagle eradicator. This is a fire breath, or the skull shining breath. So from here, you really want to draw length from the spine, and this is a way to energize us and to give us these like really alive feelings. So as you find that length of the spine, thumbs high-fiving, not high-fiving, thumbsing up, high to the sky. I'm going to take off my glasses here, and just really focusing on the exhale. So the inhale is going to come naturally, and it's more of a panting through the nose. So if you need to blow your nose, this would be a chance, and just closing the eyes if you can. Allowing yourself to draw energy up from the base of the spine, from that root chakra, that root lock, and allowing it to come up, up, up as high as you are open to allowing yourself. And the pants can be deeper, faster, slower. This is your jam. So, and if your arms or shoulders are bugging you, you can also bring this eagle breath. So just think of like these beautiful eagle wings flying, floating up high. Summoning that inner fire. Activating that inner heat. Awakening that fire energy within you. You can do it. Allowing that fire to rise up, letting those arms burn a little bit, working through distractions, working through the physical body, and coming into that inner self. You've got this, 30 more seconds. You got this, work through it. It gets a little burny, it's hot, it's fire. Inhaling, bringing the palms, kissing palms together. You can interlace the fingers here. Inhaling, one more breath, sipping it up. Holding, pausing up at the top, awakening, filling up all of the cells in the body for this beautiful Kundalini breath. Exhale, floating those arms. Arms down to the earth, one more deep exhale. Planting the palms of the hands down to the earth as you open up the heart chakra, that heart light, in yoga, the anahata. And in this moment, calling on an intention for yourself, an intention for your practice here. Perhaps it is to find that calm amongst whatever's going on. Perhaps it's an affirmation, I am calm. Or today, I welcome peace and I welcome patience into my world. Awesome work, my friends. From here, meeting me in a tabletop position. And so from here, we're going to find a child's pose that feels best for you. So bringing toes, touching toes, the big toes, opening up the knees wide. If you have harder floors, you can lay down that blanket. You can also bring the pillow under your belly. Exhale as you hinge forward at the heart and allowing the arms to lay long. So you can point the head to one side and just allow yourself to close your eyes here in this moment. And finding yourself in this child's pose and really in this moment bringing compassion into your inner child as you melt your heart and creating an open, active starfish hands with those arms above you. If it feels better, you can bring the hands behind you like a traditional child's pose for Balasana. Bhaktasana, the devotional pose, is going to be both arms forward and just melting yourself down here and allowing yourself to just be, allowing those hips to melt, softening and opening that heart in the back. Awesome work, my friends. Big, beautiful breath that radiates up the soles of the feet. Exhaling wide open through the back of that heart chakra. Taking 3 of those. Inhaling in deeply. Letting it go. Awesome work, my friends. Slowly and mindfully rising up to a hero's pose. So from here, we're just going to bring the knees together. And again, if you have those harder floors, I'm on my living room rug and actually has a really nice pad under it. So I'm feeling pretty good. If you are just on your hard floors, I recommend putting those blankets under your knees. So in this hero's pose, don't overthink it. The big toes are going to kiss the big toes. You're just going to open up the heels and just pour your booty. The word booty and glutes got mixed together. That happens, right? That's like a word smush. So So from here, hands on the knees, and we're gonna do these cow and calf flexions, so spinal flexion. So you're gonna really arch the spine backwards, and then you're gonna inhale, shooting the heart forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And flexing that spine, right? We're feeling all this fire. We have this lovely fire, our beautiful Buddha, with an offering of an amethyst for that intuitive center. Inhaling. Awesome. Activating more of that inner fire. Really tuning into that spine. And if sitting on the shins is not working in hero pose, you can come back to that crisscross applesauce. Where's Debbie Joyce? Cutting my mud out. Hi, Joy. Awesome work, my friends. From here, we're going to come to all fours, rooting the right hand into the earth. From the center, we're going to inhale, raising that left arm up high, and we're going to thread the needle into the puppy out of the way. So allowing the arm to thread through that hole here, and allowing the arm to lay long, and coming down onto the temple. So allowing that body just to rest on that temple here. And just taking a moment here as you are twisting the body, allowing that head to just lay and be onto the earth. Big breath in, letting it go. From here, we're slowly going to rise and keeping that arm underneath and wrapping around for an eagle arm. So with eagle arms, you just want to, that arm was already under and you're wrapping around, bringing together. We're going to inhale, raising from the center, the core. Big, beautiful breath here. This eagle arms is going to help us take that really expansive breath into the back of the heart. So stepping that right foot forward here for this crescent lunge, kind of this little eagle creative crescent lunge here as we find a little bit of our own inner calm here, even when we're binded, right? So from here, we're really going to squeeze the inner thighs, rooting that front foot into the earth. Inhaling a big breath, you can tip the spine and give yourself this gentle, beautiful back bend, really feeling the openness of the shoulder blades. If you want to test your center of gravity and power through, you can kickstand on the hind foot, inhale, raising it up here for this more standing crescent lunge here. Big, beautiful breath as you hug through the inner thighs. Lowing, lunge it. Big breath here. Maybe pumping a few. Let's pulse 5, 4, 3. We've got this. We can do our lungs. 2, 1. Exhale, floating down to the earth. From here, we're going to bind those arms. Exhale, floating the hands, framing that front foot and just rocking into that front foot and really feeling that stretch in the hind glutey booty and that front glutey. Right, it feels so good. Exhale, rocking back, and if you can tip the toes up to the sky, and you can kind of come back and nestle into that hind foot if that works for you. If it doesn't, just kind of find what feels good within your own body. So just inhaling it back. Exhale to rock. You've got this. Doing hard things, right? Awesome work, my friends. And from here, we're going to release that hind foot. Nope, we're going to point that hind foot up high to the sky. And we're going to inhale, raising up. Awesome work. And we're just going to release that hind foot down on the earth. And we're coming in for a little pyramid. So pyramid, we're going to kind of lengthen that front leg long. We're going to fly our arms back, right? You are already those beautiful eagles. And now we're going to be this strengthened pyramid. Triangle is the strongest shape. So we're going to find our inner calm through strengthening, right? So if you would like, you can bind the hands together. You tip forward, opening up the heart and the front body and that back body. Just taking a moment here and working through everything that's going on in the world, or the holidays, or family, all the woes or the fears. Find a little strength within your own body, knowing that there's a time for being active and physical, and there's a time for resting. Awesome work, my friends. Exhaling those hands down to the earth here. So we're going to reach forward, and we're going to kind of go in for a standing split. So knowing whatever works for you in your standing split. I know sometimes I can go further than others, so doing what works for you is just bringing that hind leg up. You can also give it a nice little bend if that feels good for you. Creating a little length in that leg on the earth. Big breath here. Exhale, sinking that back down to the earth. Slowly coming down on the knees, and then you're going to release that leg long. And the other leg, and we're going to come back in that hero's pose for some more of those spinal flexes, right? So back on this hero's pose, and whatever this looks like for you. So hands are going to be rooted on the knees, spinal flex back. Inhale forward, exhale, moving the energy of the body, tuning into the spine. Excellent work. Doing work, activating that inner fire. Awesome work. Moving with the flow of the body. Doing it. Awesome work. Let's do 5 more. Awesome. From here, exhaling, eye open, starfish, hands to the earth, rooting that left hand in. As you inhale, raising that right high up to the sky. Exhale, going through, crossing that midsection and threading that needle. So the arm's going to lengthen long, resting on that temple. And don't overthink this one. Just let it be. You can keep this hand up and like a nice post here, or you can exhale, give yourself a little bind. And just in this moment, feel a little bit of that calm. Right? We were so active, and now we're just going to be breathing in a breath of just being where you are. Just finding that inner calm within stillness of the body, within movements where it feels like so much, and then it's done, and then there's calm and there's rest, right? Just like every night, we gotta lay our head and rest our body on our pillows, rest on our beds, and most of the time the mind won't shut off, but that's the time the body can just be. We can perhaps find a little calm, and we can pause between all the thoughts and the feelings. Excellent work. So if that arm was binded, bringing it back to the earth, and slowly, right, we're going to come up for these eagle arms, wrapping around and coming in for this lovely eagle arms. We're going to be expansive in that body. So inhale, raising up from the center, activating that root lock, right down in that root chakra, which is just almost like giggling between the genitalia, and stepping the opposite foot. So the left foot forward, my friends. Really squeezing into the glute, to the booties, and setting yourself up like you're on a set of skis. It is snowing hardcore out here, so I can totally resonate with the skis, right? There's all the snow. And from here, my friends, you would give yourself this gentle back bend as you root through the front foot. And if you would like to, you can post up that hind foot if that's feeling good and you're feeling powerful, squeezing the inner thighs. Inhale, raising up here. Breathing in a big breath into the back of those shoulders. Really creating this openness in the body. And really, if you want, you can create a lot of, you can feel your body weight and your arms, and really squeezing and activating them, and really squeezing the glutes and the booty. Now pumping 5, if you're up, 4, you've got this, 3, 2, 1, and done. Floating back down, exhaling arms, framing around that front foot, and just rocking forward and stretching and feeling into the glutes and the hamstrings. Oh, it feels so good. You can lengthen that hind leg long, peeking forward. Exhale as you rock back. When it's up to you, you can rock back into that heel if that feels good. Doing your best if you can point those toes, depending on the mobility and the hips and the hamstrings. It's going to look different for everyone. Just taking a few of these on your own as you move into the front, and just really feeling what it feels like in your hips and your booty and the legs. Awesome work, my friends. And you're doing it, doing hard things, right? Trying to find our inner calm amongst the holidays. The holidays can be a wonderful, lovely time, and they can also sometimes feel like really overwhelming, or sadness, or there's all sorts of emotions, I know, for me, that pop up around this time of year. So it's important to show up on our mats, because right, when we show up on our mats, we can show up better off of our mats. Awesome, my friends. And from here, we're gonna really bring the weight into that front foot. So you're really gonna plant, and then we're gonna just kind of step up, right? We're gonna step up and bringing the toes facing the right corner of the mat. And I'm gonna move my mat over because it is slipping. It's slipping off of my rug here. So set yourself up for success coming into this pyramid, right? Finding this really strong rooted shape. So you're gonna find a little softness to that front knee with a gentle micro bend, right? Because in yoga, we never want to lock out the joints. We want to keep healthy by not locking our joints. From the center of the body, bringing those hips forward, right? Because the hips might want to try to open. So in this pyramid, we're going to float or fly those eagle arms back if that feels good for you. Or you can perhaps try a bind by interlacing palms, kissing palms, and if you can kiss the palms. If that's not working, you can also just bend and put the palms on the booty, like you're putting your hands almost in your pockets. Creating this beautiful pyramid here with a big breath in, and tuning back perhaps into that intention for yourself. And removing any wrinkles from the neck. I know sometimes my neck wants to go up, so removing those wrinkles by just pointing the nose straight down to the earth, like there's an arrow sinking into the earth, and letting it go. Perhaps mantraing, I am calm. I am calm. Awesome work, my friends. From here, bringing the hands, kind of pointing into the earth, powering through that left leg, and coming in for a little bit of a splitty split. So bringing that hind foot up high to the sky. A little technology malfunction, a swinging cord. It wouldn't be real life, right? And really just tuning in, whatever this looks like for you. One leg is going to feel different than the other. Woo, you might feel some burn like me. Breathe that breath in. Let it flow, Joe, bow. 2 more breaths. Powering through the inner voice that always tells us, maybe I'm not strong enough. And yeah, I'm strong enough. Exhaling, floating that foot down. Floating back down on the knee. Whoo, doing it. We're coming back to the knee on the earth. And finishing in our version of our child's pose here. So I was trying to make this a little bit of a quicker practice that we could kind of get through and do and have some time for other things in our life. So again, if you need to lay that blanket down, or I really enjoy a blanket and a pillow here, so this is going to be more of a restorative child's pose, so you can bring those in for your comfort. You can even start up here, and then we're going to just exhale and fold forward. So you can fold forward into your child's pose and just allow yourself to find a little calm as you breathe a big, beautiful breath that radiates through the back of the heart. And letting yourself just soften, allowing yourself to relax, and perhaps just saying, I am relaxed. I am relaxed. And knowing that no matter what's going on in this holiday season or post-holiday season or just in the world in general, that we can find our inner peace, our inner calm within ourselves, that we must go within using our breath, our powerful positive affirmations or mantras that I am calm, by setting intentions for ourselves. We can show up and be better and do better in our lives. Just melting here, pausing between the thoughts, letting go at the toes, really sinking and melting the hips, expanding and opening the back body through each vertebrae, perhaps melting and opening up at the lungs for a more expansive breath, melting and opening that heart center, softening the jaw, melting the head, and allow yourself just to let go and find a little peace and a little calm here. Excellent work, my friends. Pausing and just being here. Knowing that you are this moment. What you have is enough. Who you are is enough. The thoughts you think, everything within you is already enough. And the person, perhaps, that you are searching for, perhaps you already are that person, and perhaps you can allow that person to come through within the moment of stillness. Wonderful work. And slowly, so relaxed, coming up back to that hero's pose, or perhaps maybe in that little crisscross applesauce. And just finishing with 3 ohms. Om is just the primordial sound of the universe. You can bring the hands to the heart, rest them on the upper legs, and just 3 ohms. So just follow with me. Center. The love and the light within me honors and acknowledges the love and the light within me. Namaste. Thank you, my sweet friends. I am beyond grateful for you, and I hope that you can find a little bit of that inner